sure.
Yeah.
But that's neither here nor there. We're going to be getting into this. Of course, it's going to be my background here of Fortress Appliance. Because why would we go anywhere else?
I know you love this map, Skiff. I know we don't see it often. No, I'm just kidding. We know it's, I mean, the constant comfort pick for every level of play here on the mainstream, especially in top 32 of things, as we look to move forward here and potentially punch your spot into top 8 through the winner side. But you got a lot of things to worry about now. And we got Seeing Shade versus BalloonBoy. Seeing Shade keeping the damage relatively even here on the side to start us off.
Yeah, honestly, things are not too bad right now. A lot of trading back and forth. I mean, I feel like as the game goes on, though, we're going to start seeing that engine get revved up by BalloonBoy, where he's going to start racking up his damage. I mean, we already know what type of weapon battle boots are in general. I mean, that is just a combo machine and a half. There's going to be a lot of damage racked up. There's going to probably be some early stocks here, just depending on what kind of plays BalloonBoy can make. Like right there. That's a quick one to get done right away, as Seeing Shade loses their first one relatively quick.
Yeah, that down signature, especially on this crossover, has a lot more hitbox than the tornado will definitely show, so you have to be very careful, especially when you're holding onto the wall. It's one of the best scoops options for that. And BalloonBoy now, the single blaster in hand. We're going to get something started here with the end light. He waits and gets the dodge down that he wants, so he gets the confirmation, you know, that he has the right read. But Seeing Shade seemingly finding the right read there as well, getting the side air to close out that stock and keeping it relatively close on the Mirage. BalloonBoy has a lot of experience versus Scythe, fighting Markimu a lot, but Seeing Shade showing some different things here to keep this game kind of close.
Yeah. Okay, right now, Seeing Shade getting some pretty decent damage here on this spear right now. I mean, I know you kind of wrote it off for BalloonBoy, and you know, by all means, this should be a BalloonBoy W as we kind of see this combo get started here. 128 now, and that is going to be enough to take it. But Seeing Shade is doing a pretty decent job of kind of keeping up with the pace. But like I mentioned earlier, I think this pace is just going to be getting faster and faster as BalloonBoy starts to get more comfortable with their opponent and just really starts making some crazy plays. Ooh!
In a crazy place, he even flips it into the stage. It's almost impossible to tell which way the VV is going to charge that signature up because it's a tornado. And if BalloonBoy hits that, it hits into geometry. It actually spikes Seeing Shade downward. Really tricky play there. And BalloonBoy running away with this game. I talked about the blasters, but right now we're seeing all of the battle boots do the action. Another side air standing off stage, and Seeing Shade having to recover with the exhausted spear recovery. He makes his way back to the stage very carefully here, but BalloonBoy is looking lights out on these battle boots. D-light into side air. Seeing Shade with really no way to see himself winning this game. BalloonBoy with a 2 stock there. Very, very confident at the end. But yeah, I was saying, you know, Seeing Shade, or you were saying Seeing Shade looked really good in the first stock, keeping it pretty close. But BalloonBoy literally just kept him on the right side of the stage the entire time, and then the game ended.
Yeah, no, it's kind of what's expected here. But you know what? There's a time where even BalloonBoy was in a position where we're like, well, he's going against this great player. Let's see what he's capable of doing. And obviously, over time, we've been seeing what BalloonBoy has come. So who knows? Maybe Seeing Shade one day kind of becomes that great player later on. But that's like probably a couple years out. Outside of that, let me also preface, I don't know how old Seeing Shade is. But again, they are doing pretty decent here. I feel like getting a stock, you know, I've mentioned this plenty of times. If you can get a stock, you get 2 stocks. You get 2, you can get 3. If you can get 3, you can take a game. But we got to get past getting 1 first.
Yeah, absolutely, and no easy task. See, number 1 of the bracket, PR number 1 in North American Brawlhalla right now, and Seeing Shade trying to find himself in a decent spot here with this Scythe that hasn't found the crazy extended strings, but he's looking to keep the Blasters player in the air and try to punish more Blasters, more telegraphed landing options. And right now, BalloonBoy swapping over to the battle boots, seeing, okay, the blasters isn't working into the Scythe, but the battle boots are, and Light Sentinel safe. Seeing Shade having to dip low. Most Isolate a pick we don't get to see a lot in the current map pool, and for these reasons, a very awkward stage length alongside the platform being very low makes it very difficult to land when the platform's not on your side. The NSIG comes out, the Flame Sword, but doesn't KO yet.
It's doing a great job of applying this pressure here. Yep, there we go. The toss of the boots. Still the funniest weapon toss in the entire game. Just imagine you're just so angry at someone, you take your shoes off and huck them across the stage to get a knockout.
Right now, BalloonBoy keeping the boots on and keeping Seeing Shade off the stage. It's similar straights to what we saw in the previous game where Seeing Shade was stuck on the right side. Now on the left side, has to fight back with an unarmed nair there, forcing BalloonBoy off of him. But you only get a reprieve for so long versus these battle boots. Tries to flip it with a GCD light. No dodge, getting hit by side air there. The down air looking to line it up, doesn't find it. The nair comes out for BalloonBoy, but we go back to center and BalloonBoy almost lapping in damage now. The NSIG will put him above the damage threshold and up a stock. This is really looking really bad for Seeing Shade.
and just barely landing that dare like at the last possible second, like right before you even hit the ground. Kind of be able to get that combo going. Yep, there we go. We got the side sig. Going to be able to close that one up as we finally are getting towards the end of this game 2. 153 though. I mean, Seeing Shade should definitely be able to get a stock out of here. As I say it, it comes to fruition. And I mean, it only makes sense. There's that like 150 or something like that. A very high number. Definitely in the deep red. But we're going to see if Seeing Shade can, you know, maybe try to make some adaptations here. Like, I don't see them taking this game. But like, maybe they can start, you know, trying a few silly things, seeing if there's like other options that can work to try and find a way to bring this into the next game to see if they can get a W here.
Yeah, I definitely want to see that for Shade here. We see BalloonBoy without a weapon now as we throw the blasters away. It's interesting because BalloonBoy is like known for the blasters play, but in this set hasn't really found a lot of success on it. And like there gets punished by the end light from Seeing Shade. Side light into Wake goes for the end light there. No dodge from Seeing Shade, but he dodged through and get a landing cider. And more pogos come out onto BalloonBoy, which is nice damage build. The cider sends off stage. Weapon toss instead of ground pound. BalloonBoy seeing right through that, but not seeing through that side signature. You blink and you miss it. And BalloonBoy, can he put on last stock now?
All right. As we can see right now, both players jockeying for position here. Seeing Shade working hard to try and get something go. Oh no, the double dare.
Happening.
And that's going to be the ground pound. That should be enough. No, gets the wall touched. We got a second chance at life here. 177, though the damage just keeps getting higher and higher. And you know, Seeing Shade was doing a pretty good job, unfortunately, when it just came to that last moment of just needing to find like a good, strong combo and potentially some sort of cheesy option to get a W. Just wasn't able to find it. BalloonBoy going to be able to stay strong and get that W underneath his belt as he goes up 2-0. But Seeing Shade definitely looking, you know, I'm seeing shades of greatness. It's just a matter of like, it's just some small tweaks and also maybe not fighting, you know, the #1 ranked player in North America.
Yeah, it's quite a difficult task, but I think like the biggest thing is being realistic in your game plan and not like relying on something like, you know, when you just have to kind of realize what I'm trying to say is you have to realize, okay, you know what? I'm playing somebody that is objectively the best player in my region right now. I got to pull out the stops that are a little bit unorthodox because the best option oftentimes won't be the best or the good option. The textbook right option won't always be the best one, especially versus a player like BalloonBoy who is seemingly so confident into a pick like this. I know he's probably fought in Marky Moo's Mirage in the past, or Sandstorms maybe as well, so you're looking at a pretty solid BalloonBoy game in the last one, but not nearly as big of a lead, so definitely could be chances for Seeing Shade, who gets the party started there with an air into recovery. The recovery gets dodged through, and Sig as well to try to cover the cross-up. Downer sends off stage. Seeing Shade, nice recovery there. I like that he pulls the trigger early on the high recovery and forces BalloonBoy off of him, but I think a lot of times Seeing Shade is getting back to the stage, but he's not taking time to get back to center. He's trying to reversal BalloonBoy a lot, and it gives BalloonBoy quite a bit of damage and a big lead already.
All right, there we go. Doing some good job keeping the pressure on. Looking for that Sarah, just not gonna be able to find it right now. There we go. Boom, boom. Oh, wasn't able to get the follow-up. Look for that dare, wasn't able to get it and to punish with the recovery on the spear. Seeing Shade, definitely feeling like, I feel like there's definitely a better presence here right now, but I mean, again, it's still gonna be a tough one to really kind of solidify anything.
And I like these little reads here. Gets a cider on the weapon toss in the cross-up. BalloonBoy trying to go for a cider of his own there. The pogo doesn't hit its mark, and it's a lot of like drops in positioning. And as I say that, BalloonBoy punishes Seeing Shade, trying to push his advantage state a little bit too much. GC D-Light into recovery. I understand the want to try to get back to the stage quickly or try to find a way to KO BalloonBoy early. That down tick will be a great option, but you got to play solid, and I like that. He lands back down, doesn't go for some crazy juggle, and he just catches a landing and closes out his stock. Seeing Shade can play his normal game and win as well. I definitely want to see him find some confidence there in that as well.
Nope. Okay, there we go. Gets the wall touch, gets back onto the stage though. And again, BalloonBoy just dropping that combo. A little unfortunate for him, but you know, a nice breather for Seeing Shade. There we go. Gets the pickup. Falls out the combo. Kind of tries to create something for themselves. Wasn't able to get the follow-up that they were looking for, though.
That N-Sig being such a great cross-up option, as well as having a upper hitbox in front of you, gives another ledge trap sequence to BalloonBoy as Seeing Shade is fighting back. Tries to sidelight into this corner, trying to catch BalloonBoy, maybe overshooting an aerial. But there gets punished quite heavily as BalloonBoy continues to steamroll this game into his favor. The battle boots seem to be the momentum builder that he needs to continuously win these games. The N-Light sends off stage. Seeing Shade, guess for game, dodges through, sweat beads, but no punish. Side air comes out on the blasters, looking for that recovery. Doesn't get it there, but Seeing Shade gets A singular unarmed recovery. We see a nice end light there, but we need to see him start trying to swing this game into his favor in a big way. We go for it there with the end light recovery. It doesn't hit.
There we go. Gonna be able to get that second stock right out of here. Sitting in the orange, though, BalloonBoy looking like you're gonna be able to kind of gracefully get to a 3-0 here. I mean, we have seen some pretty good moments from Seeing Shade, but unfortunately, some good moments isn't going to be enough to be able to take down the #1 seed. And there we go, BalloonBoy, good opening. Just to get him off stage here. Not going to be able to do too much else after that.
He's looking for that KO option. We see the charge up of the down stick. It doesn't come out, but the D-Light into recovery will be a great way to continue a juggle. We see the Nair come out as well, and BalloonBoy is looking to close out this game here, but Seeing Shade wants to extend it a little bit further. Side light, D-Light, side air, Seeing Shade with the closest game we've seen so far. We go to last stock in this game, number 3, and we saw him be able to find some pretty cheeky signature KOs already. Can definitely find one here on BalloonBoy. BalloonBoy puts himself off stage on the blasters. UC D-Light into side air. Seeing Shade keeping it close, but BalloonBoy starting to steamroll this game with the blasters. Now we pick up the battle boots off the D-Light into recovery, disarming Seeing Shade. A side air active input to put himself off stage again, and a D-Light separates BalloonBoy from moving on in this tournament. Or an end sit, not enough? Wow.
Okay, yep, so going to be able to live just a little bit longer here. Seeing Shade, okay, I was about to say, Seeing Shade does have one more chance, but does get caught up with the recovery there, and is going to go down 3-0 to BalloonBoy. Again, like you kind of mentioned earlier, what we kind of expected here for this result was a 3-0. I would have loved to see a W under Seeing Shade's name. It's just couldn't get it done right now. I don't think they played bad, though. I think he just